Good morning, guys. Salam, namaste. Your lifestyle consultant Kunal Sharma is here, pain relief coach, fitness model, and sleep coach too. So today is again a very, very interesting topic about ketogenic diet and fasting. So these are two different topics, but I want to join it because they work in sync. Okay. So what is ketogenic diet? It's a high fat diet. And why it is not affecting lots of people, or it is affecting on a temporary basis, we have to understand the mechanics of this diet, because it's in high in fashion today, but people do not realize that any kind of diet, any kind of strong diet regime cannot work in a long term. Yes, it can work to achieve goal in a short term. For example, if you have a beauty contest, if you have a bodybuilding contest, if you have a goal for a marriage to reduce weight, to sharpen up, yes, that time, couple of months, you can try it out, then back off. Why? I'm coming to the point in a bit. So first thing first, ketogenic diet is a high fat diet. Everybody knows. Low amount of carbs, and the carbs are not coming from the sugar, it is coming from the plants. But the most important trigger factor is fat. Okay, so when we are eating high fat diet, there is no doubt our hormones are feeding on high fat diet, especially our fat burning hormones. But it is not necessary that you have to eat high fat diet, especially people who have fatty liver, who have gallbladder stones or no gallbladder. So this diet is totally flopped in that case, because it will put too much pressure on these organs. All right, important organs to function constantly in the body for detoxification. All right. So next thing is why ketogenic diet is not adaptable for everyone. Listen very carefully and pay attention, because ketogenic diet is a high fat diet, as I mentioned. So when we are eating high fat diet, intentionally or not intentionally, you are not taking enough plant based food. Technically, we need to consume at least 20 to 25 types of plant based food, fibrous food, plant based fiber in the whole week. All right, technically. But when you are eating high fat diet, you are depriving that part. So what happens? Our gut microbiome suffers a lot. Why? There is always a question. Why? Gut microbiome feed on high fiber diet, which is coming from plant based, not ultra processed foods. Means not sugary fruits. Okay, not ultra processed or processed food. It is coming from raw green leafy vegetables, different colors of vegetables, like you can say that there are different colors, like green leafy means kale, broccoli, spinach, Brussels sprouts, and bell peppers, orange, red, green. So these kind of foods gives you diversification for what? Gut microbiome. So when you eat high fiber food, which is technically almost depleting in our society, and people are eating burgers, pizza, pasta, cereal, cookies, waffles, chocolates. So these foods will not give you any kind of diversification. In fact, these are processed or ultra processed foods which will destroy our gut microbiome or change the diversification of gut microbiome. All right. So I'm sure this much is clear. Now, what happens next when we are constantly eating high fat diet? So it will give you temporary results for a couple of months. Then the plateau came. Then what happens? Then once you leave the diet and change the diet, come into the normal diet, plant-based, or you can have less protein or medium class protein or different variety of proteins plus plant-based diet. So you combine all these foods together back again, you will get more benefit than only ketogenic diet. Means try this diet if you want to achieve goal, but do not adapt this diet for a long time because it will change the whole biomechanics of our hormonal system, digestive system, elimination system. There are a lot of systems are working together in sync. So we should not disturb that sync. Okay, so our microbiome, back to the topic again, why we need to consume different types of plant based. Our microbiome, when they eat, they feed on this fiber. So if you are not consuming fermented vegetables plus dark green and different colors of plant based foods, you will never get different diversification in your microbiome. That means the microbiome in your gut is directly connecting to your brain, and that controls your mood swings, your digestion, your metabolism, your sugar control, everything, your inflammation in the body, everything, you name it. It is controlled by microbiome. Imagine the days when your stomach is upset, how your brain works. Zero. You cannot focus, you can put energy, you don't have physical energy, mental energy. So these all things are coming from our gut because the gut is directly connecting to the brain through different nervous system. All right. So fermented vegetables, different colors of vegetables, green leafy vegetables are the food for our microbiome. So whatever you eat through these vegetables, you feed your microbiome, and the microbiome gives you in return vitamins. All right, different types of vitamins. That is called post probiotics. The prebiotics, postbiotics, and probiotics. So prebiotics is when microbiome eat the food. Probiotics is different types of microbiome. Postbiotics, what they produce. So you have to be very clear what you are eating, what time you are eating. Do not eat randomly and do not follow any kind of diet, strictly diet, serious diet for a long time. Always create a sync, a balance in your food. Try to restrict as much as you can ultra processed food, which are packaged food, which are putting on the shelves in any supermarket for months. All right, there are ultra processed food, minimal processed food, and processed food. For example, processed foods, protein shakes, there are processed food, but you consume on a regular basis. It's a good processed food. There is no other way. People who are working constantly and they don't have time to consume, to eat, because they don't have time. Constant meetings are going on. So what they can do from these processed foods, a good quality of protein shake, they can have 2 scoops and they can just go into the meeting and they are ready for the work. So you should know the difference of everything. So now in this link, you know the ketogenic diet, you know plant-based, you know pre, post, and probiotics, okay, and processed, minimal processed, and ultra processed food. Now we are coming to autophagy. What is autophagy and how it is going to affect our brain, our metabolism, our hormones? So ketogenic diet and autophagy is almost, I would say, same, because ketogenic diet is a high fat diet. You don't feel hungry when you are eating too much fat, okay, and less fiber, okay, and no sugar. Exactly. So autophagy, you don't have to eat only for 16 to 24 hours. The reaction of autophagy starts, means eating your own tumorous, cancerous cells, cleaning up the garbage of the body. It's called autophagy. Means auto means automatic, and phagy means eating up, cleaning up. So what happens in autophagy? So when you are fasting, for example, if I am finishing my meal 6 o'clock in the evening and I'm eating morning 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, it is close to 14-15 hours, which is just triggering the autophagy reaction. But in between, before the meal, before the breakfast, if I add exercise, now what kind of exercise? I'm talking about pure strength training, not cardio, long lasting cardio. No, that is a very bad stress again, and constant stress on your joints, on your heart. Okay, I'm not talking about long lasting cardio. I'm talking about high intensity cardio. For example, I'll give you, you can run for 3 minutes on a very fast pace and then take rest for 4 to 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. It's okay. It is going to work. Again, you go for 3 to 4 minutes on a bicycle, full speed, or spinning bicycle in a gym if you have access. Again, 4 to 5 minutes rest. So this is called high intensity. Same thing, you can do circuit training with the strength training, means medium class weight, more repetition. All right. But in a one circuit, 7 to 8 exercises and then stop, take to 3-4 minutes rest. You can add this kind of workout. So this will give you faster benefit to burn more fat. Why? Because the whole night after fasting, okay, your glucose level is down. All right. So what happens? That time, the fat metabolism you can tap faster. Okay. This is easy. Now, there is a contradiction. Not, I would say contradiction. Scientists are working constantly. Why in fasting state, women are not getting the same results as men? Interesting, right? So they have noticed that women hypothalamus, center part of the brain, which creates a homeostasis, that means the regulation of everything from hypothalamus. That hypothalamus part in women is different than men. How? The sensitivity of hypothalamus is designed differently in women and men. I'm coming to the explanation in a bit. Just pay attention. When we as a men do fasting exercise, we tap fat faster and easier because our hypothalamus is quite sensitive about fat metabolism, designed by nature. Okay, so hypothalamus is ready to burn fat in fasting state in men. But in women, it works differently in fasting state. Hypothalamus is not ready to leave the fat because you are in fasting state. So you will never be able to burn faster because hypothalamus will trigger the reaction to what? Trigger the reaction to burn energy from your muscle mass. Your muscle mass, not your fat mass in fasting state. So this is very interesting research. So all the ladies, pay attention, spread this message as much as you can and try differently if you want to try exercise next time in fasting state. Don't do that in fasting state. Eat something before exercise 45 minutes and have a cup of black coffee with coconut oil or cinnamon or nutmeg and increase the reaction of fat burning. So what should they eat? Ladies, I'm talking about. So they should eat at least 10 grams of protein and minimum amount of carbs. Carbs is not necessary, but the protein part is very necessary because it's directly connecting to your hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is now have food. Okay, they have all the sensitivity what is happening inside the body emotionally as well as physically. What kind of emotions you are going through, particular time of the day. All right, so they are balancing out through your inner part of the brain, very sensitive. So ladies, pay attention. If you are in a high stress mode, if you are in a irregular periods or no periods or post menopause or perimenopause, you have to be very careful. Listen to the body. So because your emotions are controlling everything ultimately. All right. How are you going to perform the exercise routine or regime? So for ladies, you have to eat at least 10 to 15 grams of protein. And if you are interested in black coffee, it is fantastic. If you're not, ample amount of water before exercise, in the exercise, after the exercise. Hydration is as important as protein. So this is very clear now. I'm sure. Okay, what is the difference ketogenic diet and autophagy? How it is not affecting in ladies, all right? How is affecting in men? Because we are designed naturally different. So our exercise routine and our nutrition should be different. All right. So this message is again a little bit longer, but there is so much information I cannot consume in a short message. So please spread this message as many as people you can. People are making a lot of mistakes, especially ladies who wants to burn fat in empty stomach. Even if you achieve that goal to burn fat, you will burn fat as well as important part of your endocrine system, which is muscle mass. So you will lose weight temporarily, but it will return back with double the dose, right? So I'm sure everything is cleared again in this message. If any confusion, contact me. All right, there are lots of things to discuss still. Ilalika Kariban, Ma Salama, Shukran Jazilan. Take care, love you all. Bye.